What's up, guys? Welcome back. Houseside Broadcasting coming back to you guys again here today. Of course, we're not live. This series typically isn't, but you guys will be able to. We're gonna decide who makes the playoffs today. 25 races into this season. Of course, 36 events. One more race before the playoffs. You guys can see the standings here. Of course, we're doing the 2023 standings, so it's a little different. Not very much different, but it is a little different. So, with that being said, Bowman is not ahead of Suarez. Suarez has a 12-point cushion over Alex Bowman. Chris Buescher is minus 27, virtually in a must-win. Everyone else is in a must-win. Allmendinger, Stenhouse, they must win, and everybody on down. Buescher minus 27, pretty much a must-win at this point for Buescher. Bowman is minus 12. Gonna have to have a good day, and he's gonna need Bowman, or he's gonna need Suarez to struggle. Of course, Suarez is the one that is plus 12, and then Gibbs is plus 27. Virtually a lock. The only way he's probably gonna miss it is if somebody Allmendinger on down wins, and then Suarez passes Gibbs in points. So Suarez is 15 points behind Gibbs. So he has to gain 15 points on Gibbs, and then somebody else has to win. Only way Gibbs is going to get knocked out. Everybody else is in. Of course, Wallace and Keselowski in with wins. That's why the cut line's up a little bit. And then obviously Blaney up through Harvick, Reddick, everyone else, either in with a win or in on points. Again, one race left. Suarez plus 12, Bowman minus 12. And then Buescher, minus 27, pretty much needs to win. Gibbs, pretty much a lock unless something crazy happens. He's plus 27. So that's going to be the cut line here as we go into Richmond. One race left before the playoffs. Of course, everybody on down needs to win. Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Alston, Dillon, McDowell, Cindric, Jones, LaJoie, Haley, Gregson, Gilliland, Almirola, Priest, Burton, Briscoe, and Ty Dillon all need to win if they are going to make the playoffs. So let's go in here, qualify. Larson on pole. Suarez versus Bowman. Together, 17th and 18th. Suarez 17th, Bowman 18th. Bowman needs 12 spots to tie Suarez. And then it'll go to Bowman because tiebreaker will be best finishing position. So he needs 12. He needs to beat Suarez by 12 spots, pretty much. And of course, the regular season championship is also on the line here. Kyle Larson has a 10-point gap or something like that over Denny Hamlin. Of course, him starting from the pole is looking pretty good for Larson to be the regular season champion. Of course, everybody inside the top 10 fighting for playoff points because the top 10 gets rewarded, and the higher up in the top 10 you are, the more playoff points you get to start the playoffs. So for guys like Elliott, only one inside the top 10 without a win, be pretty nice for him as he starts 7th, Blaney 6th, another guy without a win. As we go down this list, nothing crazy here, nothing noticeable. So we're going to get into this. One more race before the playoffs. First playoff race will be New Hampshire. Now that I think about it, does New Hampshire have 2 dates on here? I'm not sure. Because I thought we already did New Hampshire. But maybe it has 2 dates. Regardless, here we are. Green flag is in the air one last time before playoffs is underway. It's been a long season. 25 races in. This is the 26th race. Playoffs are here in about 80 laps. Let's go back. This is our first time racing. Actually, no. This is our second race at Richmond this season. Saw last lap pass, William Byron on Joey Logano. Last lap pass last time we were here. Byron that was his first win of the season. Since then, he's got 2 wins now. As we go back, we got to watch that playoff battle. Daniel Suarez and Chris Buescher. They started next to each other. Suarez has a few positions on Buescher right now. As the outside line, you see Keselowski and Hamlin falling way back. Or sorry, we're not looking for Buescher. We're looking for Bowman. So it's Suarez and Bowman. And Bowman's actually fallen much further back. Oh, yeah, all the way back here. Back to 22nd. Alex Bowman. Not a good start. Suarez off to a good start, though. I believe somebody's in the wall back here. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, yeah. Looks like I was seeing things. Larson off to a good start here. He has 4 wins on the season. Truex, only driver with, well, one of 2 drivers with 5 wins on the year. Good season for Truex. Bell, 2 wins on the year. Chastain, the other one with 5 wins on the year. Been a really good season for Chastain. Elliott, winless so far. William Byron, 2 wins on the season. Logano, 1 win, came at Talladega. Kyle Busch got his first win at Bristol a couple weeks ago. Blaney, winless. Harvick, winless. Reddick, his only win came at Talladega. The second Daytona race. Suarez, winless. McDowell, winless. Cindric, Gregson, Allmendinger, Bowman. So Keselowski won at Texas. Keselowski won at, forget where he won at. Hamlin, 2 wins. Buescher virtually in a must-win here today. Gibbs. Wallace won the second race of the season at Rockingham. Since then, it's been kind of a struggle for Bubba Wallace. Newman, Ware. Austin Dillon in last. I know that's not where he qualified. Yikes. Him and Stenhouse not doing well. Truex has caught Kyle Larson. Those two driving away. Bell still in the picture. Truex a little faster than Larson right now. Truex trying to get that 6th win on the season. Nice playoff points for him. If he's able to do that. If he's not, still 5 is very nice. It's been a dominating season for him. Ross Chastain with 5 wins. Larson again with 4. Nobody has 3. It's a big drop down to 2. Or a bunch of them have 2. Bell, Byron, Hamlin. Suarez 12th. Just as long as he finishes inside the top 12, it's impossible for him to miss the playoffs. Unless somebody gets a win that, is below him in points. So Bowman needs to beat him by 12 spots. Suarez running 12th. Bowman back around 20th. And they did start next to each other. So not good right now. Bowman up to 16th. It's been a quiet year for Bowman. He really only entered the playoff picture a couple weeks ago. He had some really good runs. Finished 2nd at Michigan. Not Michigan. It was Darlington. He finished 2nd at Darlington last week. Talk about a massive points day. Really good for him. A lot of chaos happened in that race. So for him to get 2nd, really good for the 48 team of Bowman. So that's really good. But, a couple good weeks kind of got him into this position. Otherwise, he's been one of the more quiet drivers all season. We haven't talked a lot about Alex Bowman this year. And it's looking like we're not going to talk about him the rest of the season unless he can find some speed. Up to 15th right now. Suarez in front of him. Back at the front, looks like Larson still leads. Truex still all over him. When will lap traffic play a factor? 14 seconds back, and then running about 22nd lap time, so it's about 6 seconds ahead. Is Austin Dillon a lap car? Bell has run these 2 down. And Chastain kind of trying to close in a little bit. These leaders have not fallen off at all. You can see his previous lap is only 100 slower than his best laps. These guys not falling off very much. Even though Elliott has not won a race, the last 3 to 4 weeks, he's been running a lot of top 5s, dominated Darlington. Something happened. Him and Larson were 1st and 2nd, and they wrecked. Larson really wide here. I think Truex may have got in the back of him. Truex trying to take the lead here. Bell going to get by him as well. Here comes Chastain. Truex to the lead. Truex starting to become a championship favorite here as he started off the first 10 races with a win. Maybe even 2 wins, but since then he's really struggled. And last 10 races or so, he's really put it on. Bell now looking for the lead. Underneath Truex down the front straightaway. Not quite going to get there. Now Chastain looking to get by Larson. And Byron getting by Elliott for 5th and 6th. Again, Elliott, though, really fast the last 3 to 4 weeks. He's been the strongest we've seen him all season. Though he hasn't found victory lane and he's not really in position to do it right now. Should be a threat come playoff time. Maybe he can at least, get into the round of 8. If he's eliminated before then, it's kind of disappointing. But we'll see. Championship 4, I expect Truex, Larson, those guys to be big favorites. Denny Hamlin, him and Larson dominated the first 12, 13 races of the season. They were way ahead of 3rd in the points. Those two were just gone. Now, they weren't winning as much. Larson was, obviously, with 4 wins. But Hamlin, for the longest time, had 1 win. And then he got 1 more win, so he has 2 wins. But for him to be dominating the way he was last 7 races or so, Hamlin has just been off. And he's running like 15th right now. Yeah, right now he's 15th. So that is not good. You can see Bowman up to 14th, only 2 spots behind Suarez. He's going to need a whole lot more than that if he wants to do anything here and try and get into the playoffs. Going to need some things to happen as we are only a couple more seconds away from starting to get into lap traffic. Bell underneath Truex now for the lead. Chastain right there. Larson as well right there. Then Byron has joined this chat as Elliott has fallen off, and Truex could lose a spot to Bell and Chastain, and Chastain says, hey, I want to win 6 races. I want to be the lone 6-race winner going into the playoffs. As Chastain is one of those guys that's either win or bust. Yeah, he has 5 wins, but yeah, he's like 9th in points. So, it's been one of those years for Ross. Either he wins or he is not doing well. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Chastain. I will say, he's not dominated many races this year. But he's gotten lucky. There's at least 3 races this year that were, Watkins Glen was a wreck fest. He found himself out front, won. Darlington, mayhem at the end of that race. He wasn't even heard of last week. Ends up winning the race. It was just, that's how Chastain's season's been. And to do it 5 wins, he's been quick, don't get me wrong. But I don't know about 5 wins quick. Truex, definitely. But I don't know about Ross Chastain. But, hey, he's a threat. I would not be surprised if he's in the championship. Byron, he's probably 5th to 7th place guy, but he has had 2 wins, running 5th right now. I'm not sure if he'll make it to the championship 4, but you never know. Christopher Bell was really strong about 10 races into the season. Won multiple times. He actually should have probably 2 or 3 more wins than what he has, as we're coming up on lap traffic here. So, playoffs is going to be fun, especially once we get past the round of 16, even get past the round of 12. That round of 8 is going to be fun, and there's going to be some big guys. There's a lot of guys in here that are quick, but they can't all make the championship 4, so we will see what happens with it. 27 laps into this 80-lapper, and we have lap traffic. Ryan Newman, the first one, Bell and Chastain are going to get to, and we need to go back and check on Bowman versus Suarez. They are now 12th and 13th, so Bowman's making a run for it, but you can see there's a whole 3 seconds between Suarez and Bowman, so no more spots for Bowman to get. Knows he needs to make the playoffs. All 3 of his 100 teammates are in, pretty respectively. Larson 4 wins, Byron 2 wins, Elliott 7th in points, Bowman back there 17th, 18th, lagging behind a little bit. He is under contract for a few more seasons, so I wouldn't say he's on the hot seat yet, but now lap traffic making a difference here. Truex going to lose a spot to Larson. Ty Dillon holding him up. Byron into this mix, and Elliott's coming. And lap traffic making this one fun. They are all over the place. Bell getting by the 78 of Bilicki. Now the 1 car, and now the 5 is coming. Byron actually gained a few spots. Truex still losing time. Now Logano and Kyle Busch could get by him next as Newman and Ty Dillon are racing, and Truex way high. He's going to lose spots to Logano and Busch. And here comes Blaney. Contact 3 wide. We saw Logano and Truex get into it at Texas earlier this year, racing 2nd and 3rd, and Truex wiped Joey Logano out. Took them both out, I believe. Lap traffic making a massive difference here as Bell has driven off from the other 3. Now he's trying to get by the 38 of Todd Gilliland. Chastain, Larson, and Byron are still here, though. A lot more lap traffic to go, and we'll see what happens. Suarez and Bowman are only 2 seconds apart now. So I'm not sure if Suarez is getting held up or what, or if Bowman's just really flying. But it's going to take a lot for Suarez to not get in, so never know. But we will see. It'll be a heck of a miracle with the way Bowman opened up this year. It took him like 10 races to even crack the top 20 in points. It's been not a good year for Bowman. But if he can make the playoffs, become part of that picture, be a guy that we talk about for at least the next 3 weeks. Obviously would prefer to do that than, pack it up and come back ready next year. A lot of lap traffic here in front of the 20 of Christopher Bell, Harrison Burton, Ricky Stenhouse. Going to be a lot of guys a lap down by the end of this thing because they are picking them off quick. Chastain and Larson, then Byron, and then it's a pretty big gap back to Elliott, who took advantage of the lap traffic to get by. Well, I think everybody got by Truex. He's back to 9th, and he's still stuck behind Josh Bilicki. Not good for Truex at all. Harvick is telling him to go. Again, it's Harvick's last season. He will be in the playoffs this year. Now Reddick coming into this picture for about 10th. Now these guys trying to get by the 51 of Cody Ware. Bell's been picking them off. Still 2 seconds separating Suarez and Bowman. Bowman needs 12 spots to beat out Daniel Suarez. Is it going to happen? I'm not sure. It's not looking promising right now. Suarez, of course, ahead of Bowman by 1 spot. Bowman needs 12. Everyone else basically in a must-win situation. I would say Ty Gibbs is pretty much safe. Running 17th. He's definitely safe right now. Looks like these 4 drivers are going to be the ones to duke it out here. We are almost halfway through this thing, and these 4 have driven off from the rest of the field. Elliott struggling back behind Harrison Burton, and now Byron going by Larson. Remember, he won this race earlier this season, trying to do it again. He's come from pretty far back as well. We saw Truex sweep the Pocono races, winning both of them this season. Byron trying to do that here at Richmond. Oh, I believe, was it Atlanta that Keselowski won? I don't know. I'm stuck on which one Keselowski won. I'm not sure. Here's the 3 of Dylan. Either he gained a lot of spots or... Yeah, he must have gained a lot of spots, yeah. I was going to say, because he was 36th. I'm like, is he really going 2 laps down already? But no. And Suarez, so it looks like Hamlin has gotten by Bowman now. So now there's 2 spots between Suarez and Bowman. Elliott now by Chastain. Now Hendricks is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, with Bell leading. He's got a pretty comfortable lead too, as he goes by Chase Briscoe. An abysmal season for the 14 car. Here comes Justin Haley, the 31. It's already been announced for a while now. Daniel Hemrick going to be in that car next season. Bell almost in the back of Haley right there. Justin Haley going to Rick Ware Racing next season full-time. His teammate going to be Cole Custer, also full-time. You've seen pretty many different leaders in this one. Richmond definitely one of the best racing tracks on this game. Byron in second right now. Larson, Chastain, Busch, Elliott. Elliott must have lost. He lost 2 more spots. Probably stuck behind lap traffic. Suarez 12th. Bowman back to 15th now. We're getting closer to playoff time. Who is gonna get in? As Christopher Bell trying to get his 3rd win of the season. Logano almost won this race earlier this season. Got passed on the last lap by the 24 of Byron. It looked as if Logano was going to get his 2nd win of the season. Running 7th right now. He's been kind of quiet since that race at Richmond. Be interesting to see what Logano can do come playoff time. Blaney, winless, but he's still been good. He's a top 10 driver virtually every week, running 8th right now. Truex hasn't rebounded at all, still 9th. Reddick 10th. Harvick 11th. And then Suarez pretty comfortable right now. Big gap, massive gap back to 13th and 14th. Hamlin and Buescher back to Bowman here in 15th, who's got company from Bubba Wallace. So then Keselowski and Gibbs. Back to McDowell. Back to our leaders here. Christopher Bell. He's put pretty many cars a lap down. He's lapped all the way up to 27th, but it's still a pretty big gap back to the 41 of Priest. 2-second lead for Bell. It'll take a lot for him to lose this race. Byron, Larson, Chastain kind of still right in the realm. 2.2, 2.7, 2.8 seconds back. Now it's 2.1, 2.6, and 2.8. Byron and Larson gaining a 10th there. No cars between Bell and Byron, so now it's going to be straight up speed until Bell can get to Priest. We will see who's faster. 2.1, can Byron gain anything here? 2.0, so a 10th faster. Larson lost some time, so it's going to be Bell versus Byron for now. Larson's still struggling to get by a lap car back there. This is big, because Bell's also going to get held up by lap traffic, so if Byron can make that gap as small as possible, it kind of stayed the same that time. Bell, Chastain, continuing to lose time. Elliott back to 8th now, getting passed by both Penske cars, Logano and Blaney. He's fallen off a little bit. So there's a group of cars up here, though, a massive group of cars. Ryan Preece, Corey LaJoie, Eric Almirola, Noah Gragson, and Eric Jones. And Eric Jones. Yeah, so there's a group of 5 lap cars up here, all within 2 seconds. Matter of fact, all within a second and a half of each other. So 2 seconds is the gap now. 24 laps to go. Now it's 2.2, so Bell gained again on William Byron. But now he's caught the lap traffic. And he's already getting held up a little bit by it, you can see right now. So I assume that gap is already going to start going down. He needs to pick these guys off. If he can pick as many of them off as fast as possible, then Byron has to deal with the same lap traffic. So then it could slow him down. 0.3 taken out of the gap that last lap. 1.9 the gap now, and Bell's still not able to get by these guys. Byron is going to come into this battle very quickly if he doesn't get by at least a few of these lap cars. 1.5, 0.4, so that's almost a second taken out of the gap the last 2 laps. Now he's looking under Priest. He's there, underneath Ryan Preece. All right, that's 1. If he can get clear here, he is going to get clear, so that's 1 car between them. 1.2 the gap. Now he's got to get by the 7 of Corey LaJoie. Oh, almost into the back of the 7. Getting aggressive. doing what he's got to do. Now the lap cars are side by side behind him. So now there's 2 cars between Bell and Byron. 9/10 the gap, under a second. 20 to go. Now he's on the 42 of Gregson. It's been announced John Hunter Nemechek will be in that car next season. Not sure where Noah Gregson's going to go next season, but it'll be interesting to find out. Still 9/10 the gap. Now Byron having to deal with LaJoie and Priest. As LaJoie and Priest are going to race in front of Byron back there, so that's not going to help Byron out at all. It's Bell losing some time off of that corner. Gap maintaining 9/10. That's not good for Bell, because he's already by both those guys. He didn't waste any time. He got by Priest and LaJoie. Heck, he could have got by him and potentially gained time. He could gain time here, because Bell is being slowed up by the 42 of Gregson. That gap's probably going to go down a little bit. And stayed about the same. Still 9/10. Now, Bell going by the 42 of Gregson. Byron's doing a good job. A little bit better job than Bell has been with the lap traffic. And you guys can see Larson is down to 1.7. And Chastain and Busch 2.4 and 2.6. So if Bell and Byron have lap traffic trouble, you could see a couple of those guys get involved in this battle as well. 8/10 the gap. Still a car between them. Coming to 15 to go. Byron going to dive under Gregson, not wasting any time. Christopher Bell has the 10 of Almirola in front of him. Now we have 15 to go. 6/10 the gap. So Byron got by Gregson and gained 2/10 in that lap. Byron is coming. Larson losing some time. He's back to 2 seconds. He's got Chastain and Busch all over him. Christopher Bell all over Eric Almirola. He's got to get by him. Byron's going to be on his bumper here in a lap. 5/10 the gap. Only gained a 10th that lap, but that's really all he needs. He's virtually there. Bell looking underneath the 10 here. He's going to get underneath him. Byron could be close enough. He is close enough. He's just going to get right by the 10, so he's not going to lose any time. 3/10 the gap, and now, again, no cars between them. Now, Eric Jones is the next one in front of these two. 13 to go. And after they get by Jones, there's not going to be lap traffic for a few seconds. I mean, they may not have lap traffic the rest of the race, so that's probably good for Bell. 4/10 the gap. Bell pulled a 10th on him that lap. He gets to the 43. I assume probably no lap traffic the rest of this way. Yeah, Allmendinger's 18 seconds back from the leader. Maybe we could see. They could get to Cindric and Allmendinger. They could. Byron on the back bumper of Bell. Bell is all over Eric Jones. Larson is still 2 seconds back. He's got Chastain all over him. I don't think they're going to get here. Not with, we're coming to 10 to go here. They're not. I don't think Larson, Chastain, or Busch are going to get here. Bell peeking underneath Jones. I don't think he has the position. Unless Jones might give it to him. No, he's not. Not at all. 1/10 the gap. These two are on top of each other. Byron all over Christopher Bell. Both of these guys, 2 wins on the season, so it'll be great momentum for both of them if one of them can pick up their 3rd win. Who's it gonna be? Neither of these guys have won in quite a while. One race before playoffs. Be a great time for one of them two to get in victory lane. Bell looking underneath Jones here. He's barely... No, he's not at all going to get underneath him. Byron drove through the outside there. Going to lose quite a bit of time. He's back to 3/10 now, but he's good. He's still right there. 8 to go. Bell looking underneath Jones. I still don't think he's going to get there. Byron to the outside. Jones is not laying over for these two at all. Byron is losing so much time running the outside. 5/10 back now. That's not good for Byron because now Bell has just got by Jones. Bell couldn't get clear that time. Larson is coming. He's down to 1.3. And there's no lap traffic other than now Eric Jones between him and the 2 leaders. All right, here we are. 3/10 the gap. 6 to go. Nobody in between them, and I'm not sure they're going to get to. I think that's Ty Dillon in front of them. Going to go 2 laps down. Ty Dillon and Newman. Actually, they might get there. I think they are going to get there. That's not what Bell wants to see. He wants them to pick up the pace a little bit. 2/10 the gap. Larson's still 1.3 back. I don't think he's going to be a factor here, now with 5 to go. Eric Jones between Larson and the 2 leaders. They all are going to get to Newman and Ty Dillon here. Ty Dillon penalized a couple weeks ago for all the incidents at Bristol. He was involved in a lot of incidents at Bristol, and he was penalized for it. They almost suspended him, but they chose not to. 4 to go. Byron and Bell. Could we see both these races end in last lap passes? Byron underneath Bell, making the move now. Bell going to lose some time. He's going to be probably about 2/10 behind Byron here. Byron, though, still behind Ty Dillon. Bell has an opportunity here with 3 to go to get back underneath Byron. I'm just not sure his car is as good as Byron is right now. Byron looking underneath Ty Dillon. Coming to 2 to go. Byron trying to sweep Richmond races this season. He's going to get 2 for 1 and go by Newman as well. Bell also going to dive underneath Newman. I don't know if he's going to get... He is not going to get clear off the corner. We'll be coming to the white flag here. He is going to get clear now. Nobody between Byron and Bell. White flag is in the air. Byron trying to sweep the Richmond races this season. No lap traffic in front of him. It's going to be a tall task for Bell to get by him here. I don't think it's going to happen. Bell leading so many laps in this one, but through turns 3 and 4, William Byron, he's going to sweep Richmond races in 3 wins as we go into the playoffs. And Bowman and Suarez. Suarez is 11th, Bowman is 16th, and Suarez is going to get the last playoff spot. Bowman, Buscher, they're both done. They're out. Gibbs also going to get in. And the 16-car playoff field is going to be set. What a race. You can see the top 5, William Byron and Bell, Larson, Busch, and Elliott. Chastain, Logano, Reddick, Blaney, and Truex, the top 10. Suarez did everything he needed to do, finished 11th. No wrecks, no DNFs in this one. It's going to be it. Playoff time, baby. New Hampshire, Dover, and then Kansas, the next 3 races. Then it'll be Talladega, Charlotte, and then Martinsville to cut off. And then Atlanta, Rockingham, and Phoenix, and then Homestead. So, super excited here. New Hampshire, 60-lapper. Believe Truex won that race earlier this season. What a race. So, Briscoe has 9 DNFs the first 26 races here. He's cooled off with the DNFs. He's only DNF'd 1 time in like the last 10 races, but he had a lot of DNFs the first half of this season. Ty Dillon up to 7. Just a cool stat. Most laps led here in the regular season. Hamlin beats Larson out by 2. But I assume Larson, he's going to be the regular season champion, so that's kind of what matters. Larson has completed all but 10 laps in the regular season. 15-14 of 15-24 amount of laps here. Poles, Larson was 7, Truex was 6. 3 for Byron and Bell, 2 for Chastain, and then 1 for a whole bunch of drivers. 20 top 10s for Bell and Larson. Anybody with none that raced every race? Yeah, Ty Dillon, the only one. Top 5s, 15 for Larson. Wins, of course, Chastain and Truex with 5. So, there you guys have it. Playoff time, baby. See y'all at New Hampshire.